Mandarin Grammar with Chen 老师, woo! 大家好! Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Mandarin Grammar. Last time we talked about duration of action, in other words, how long someone does something. This time we're going to talk about the same structure, except we're going to add how to use verb-object phrases. So welcome to Duration of Action Part 2. Before watching this video, make sure to check out my videos on Duration of Action Part 1 and verb-object phrases. I have links to both of those videos below. I promise they will really help you understand the duration of action structure. Let's start by looking at an example from the Duration of Action Part 1 video. 我要在中国住1年. I want in China to live for 1 year. As I said in the last video, 1年, which means 1 year, is the duration of action in this sentence. It shows how long I want to live in China. Remember, duration of action always goes after the verb, which in this case is 住, which means to live. So, the phrase 1年 goes after the verb 住. Note that 住 is a verb on its own, not a verb-object phrase. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use verb-object phrases in sentences that include duration of action. Let's look at an example. 我学德语学了3年. I studied German for 3 years. This sentence is in the order subject, verb-object, verb, and then the duration of action. Note that this way of doing duration of action gets a little more complicated since we have a verb-object phrase, 学德语, to study German. You can see that the verb 学 is repeated after the verb-object phrase 学德语, and we add the word 了 since the action is completed. Then we add 3年, which is the duration of action in this sentence. Remember, the duration of action always goes after the verb phrase. Let's look at another example. 你今天看书看了6个小时. You today read for 6 hours. This sentence follows the order subject, time phrase, verb-object, verb, and then the duration of action. Since this sentence includes a verb-object phrase, 看书, we have to use the complex duration of action. Once again, we can see that 看 is repeated after the verb-object phrase 看书, and we add 了 to show that the action is completed. At the end of the sentence, we add 6个小时, which is the duration of action, 6 hours. Also, note that we have a time phrase in this sentence. 今天, time phrases show when something is happening, not how long. Remember that time phrases go before the verb. So, 今天 goes before the verb-object phrase 看书. Duration of action, on the other hand, shows how long something is happening, and it goes after the verb. And that's a wrap on Duration of Action Part 2. Be sure to use the interactive activity below to check your progress. Also, remember that you can rewatch this video at any time if you need to. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. 再见!